Hey everyone, Admo Prince Eric here, and I just wanted to make another devblog is just recently posted on yesterday. So we just have to continue on. So let's get started. This is gonna be the short one. Okay, so new ships part 2 close test 30.1 was recently posted on yesterday at January 1, 2024 about 1 p.m. We are introducing two additional ships that will get into testing in update 30.1. Okay, so the Tier 9 Japanese heavy cruiser Chikuma II. So don't be confused guys, the Chikuma that I ever recognized in the game as Tier 2 ship, and in real life that is a lead ship the Chikuma class cruiser. Now, Chikuma II should be recognized as a member of the Tone class cruiser. Tone is usually the hybrid cruiser made by the Imperial Japanese Navy. Although the Chikuma is named after the Chikuma River. Okay, so a heavy cruiser of the Tone class, a series of ships distinguished by the unique layout and presence of their own air group on board. The warship played an active role in the Pacific War, with encounters ranging from the attack on Pearl Harbor to the Battle of Leyte Gulf, where she was ultimately sunk. She bears the name of the river Honshu Island that had previously been assigned to the light cruiser that served in the Japanese Navy from 1912 to 1931. Now, joining on with her sister ship Tone, Chikuma II will be excellent fit for captains who enjoy stealthy Japanese heavy cruisers and hybrid gameplay. But similarly comes from Tone. Her main battery is represented by 8 203mm guns in 4 twin turrets, but in absence of the rear turrets, which usually accompany the aviation facilities, with in limited fighting angles, resulting in rather low damage per minute. In comparison to her sister ship, Chikuma II's torpedo bombers will reload more quickly, have more damage potential, and can be stored as up to 2 charges. Additionally, her ship-mounted torpedoes will have a long range, high damage and improved launch angles due to her torpedoes' ability to turn after hitting the water. Excellent concealment and access to smoke generator consumable will be valuable tools, but her small HP pool and weak A means captains should take care when detected. Chikuma II also has access to hydroacoustic search and defensive AA fire in the same slot. Now, the permanent camouflage for Chikuma II is still a work in progress by Water Wash's developers, but it will reveal the details right now on certainly next month or right now in the first quarter of 2024. Now, Chikuma II heavily relies on her squadrons and will be most effectively played by using her stealth to take advantageous flights. Enemy targets may be softened up by using her torpedo bombers with high damage torpedoes, then follow up with main battery salvos from the cover of smoke. In direct confrontations, Chikuma II will fare poorly against her peers, so captains will want to avoid engagements in open water against enemy cruisers and battleships. Now, coincidentally, the Japanese cruiser Chikuma II, which is hit points 38,900, plating is about 25mm, fire duration 30 seconds. Torpedo protection is about 13%. The main battery consists 4x2 203mm. Fighting range is about 15.7 kilometers. Reload time 60 seconds. Sigma is gonna be 2.05. The airstrikes is gonna be usually the anti-submarine warfare. Now the torpedo tube is gonna be 4x3 610mm. Maximum damage 23,767. The range is about 15 kilometers. Speed is 60 knots. Reload time 105 seconds. Consumables we got available on the list: damage control party, hydroacoustic search, and also defensive AA fire can be exchanged between them. Third slot, the smoke generator. This is the only Tone class heavy cruiser can be used the smoke generator. Unlike Tone does in Tier 8, she does not have a smoke generator this time. But she also has a repair party. Tier 9 ships can always be doing for that a repair party. Now, the hybrid ones for Chikuma II featuring torpedo bombers. However, the parameters is usually the same like her sister ship Tone. All stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers. The stats are subject to change due to the testing. So let's see what goes on the tornadoes. In the comparison between the Chikuma II with Tone, I usually, I wanted exact the same thing. So Chikuma II and Tone are both same hit points, but usually the same specifications like the Tone accordingly in the World of Warships wiki. Okay, so the next one is the American battleship Wisconsin, Tier 10. Okay, a member of the Iowa class battleship. So, the fourth Iowa class battleship designated as BB-64, the last battleship ever designed and last class of battleships ever designed made on enter service. So, Wisconsin entered service in April 1944. It was named after the 13th U.S. state. This warship participated in the Philippines campaign and the battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa during the Second World War. She was later involved in the Korean War and Persian Gulf War operations. Since 2001, Wisconsin has served as a museum shipbuild in Norfolk, Virginia, still existed to this day. Now, joining her sister ships Iowa and Missouri, Wisconsin is sure to be enjoyed by fans of traditional American battleships. Her good accuracy, low detectability, high speed, and access to improved repair party will make her a comfort to play. While her HP pool, armor, and main battery are relatively weak compared to her Tier 10 peers, unique combat instructions that improve her main battery and consumable reload time will give her the punch needed to compete. As for her consumables, you can choose between fighter or spotter plane, as well as defensive AA fire in the separate slot. Usually, the Iowa is only to use fighter or spotter plane consumables, but for Missouri, it can be only for that a surveillance radar. But in this ship, Wisconsin will be featured the defensive AA fire. In terms of gameplay, Wisconsin will play similarly to her sister ships. Her concealment and speed may be used to take good positions, and her high accuracy will ensure that enemy states are punished. However, she may struggle against well-angled targets, and she will fare poorly in direct fights against opposing battleships. So captains will need to make use of her combat instructions to compensate for her relatively poor survivability. By vastly shortening the cooldown of the ship's consumables and increasing the fire rate of her main battery, the combat instructions will allow Wisconsin to secure an edge in intense engagements, and allow her to survive longer to execute a tactical retreat when required. Okay, so ship stats on American battleship Wisconsin. Okay, so let's have to begin some specifications on the hit points, unlike the other sister ships like Iowa and Missouri. Okay, so I just have to wait, but I'm looking for the other sister ships. Okay, so the hit points is the 81,100. It is the highest hit points of the American battleship Wisconsin. Unlike her sister ships, Iowa consists 79,000 and the Missouri is 78,300. Plating is about 32 millimeters. All of the Iowa class battleships have entirely made of 32 millimeter plating armor. Torpedo protection is 25%, just like in her sister ships Iowa and Missouri. The main battery consists the same armament. The 406mm Mark 7 guns 3x3 fire range is about 23.4 kilometers. However, the HE and AP shell damage is doing the same parameters like the Iowa and Missouri. Reload time is 30 seconds, but definitely the same parameters. Sigma is going to be 2.0. Now, the most part of the American battleship Wisconsin in the feature is combat instructions. Now, direct hit with the battery guns required to reach 100% progress is about 17. time inactivity before progress loss 15 seconds. Progress loss per second of inactivity is about 5%. The activation effect consists the main battery reload time is about minus 50%, consumable reload time is about 80%, duration is about 20 seconds. The same ornament, the secondary ornament is usually the same ornament goes for sister ships like Iowa and Missouri. Now, the consumables. Unlike Iowa and Missouri does that, the damage control party, repair party, the fighter and spotting aircraft usually coming from Iowa, and the Wisconsin will only use a defensive AFR, but in the absence of the surveillance radar. All stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers. Stats are subject to change during the testing. Now, please know that all information in the development blog is preliminary. Announced adjustments and features may change multiple times during testing. The final information will be published on the game's website. We will see right now to these two historical ships right now into the game for future, but particularly for World of Warships players, volunteers, and community contributors around the world. So, make sure for that. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy right now for my extra part for a World of Warships Devblogs right now. So, I finally posted my video in my latest Devblogs took occurred on Sunday. So, be sure to link down in the description below. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell notification icon, so I will be posting my World of Warships content on every looking forward for new ships and the ships gameplay. So stay tuned for that. The patch notes on update 30.0 will be held on tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you see you in my next video. Peace out guys.